This week we're talking about the children's song that goes this way: be careful, little eyes, what you see; be careful, little ears, what you hear; and be careful, little mouth, what you say. And we're turning that around a little bit, because as great as that song is, we need to realize that there is also a proactive side. And today we're going to be talking about be careful, little mouth, that you say. There are certain things that we must say that are very good and appropriate. Jesus said some of the greatest words that a person could ever imagine when he said in Matthew chapter 11, beginning at verse number 28, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." I'm so glad that Jesus said that, but also I am aware of the fact that coming to Jesus requires me to say certain things. Being a faithful child of God requires me to say certain things. You know, in my relationships, I need to say things like, "I love you," and "I'm sorry," and "Can I help you?" But initially and going forward, I also need to confess my faith in Jesus Christ. In Matthew chapter 10, beginning at verse number 32, Jesus had this to say: "Therefore, whoever confesses me before men, him I will also confess before my Father who is in heaven. But whoever denies me before men, him I will also deny before my Father who is in heaven." Now, you know, these are not just some words you pronounce somewhere, but this is a manner of life. Now, before one becomes a child of God through being immersed in water for the forgiveness of sins, it is essential that that individual be willing to confess their faith in Christ. But it needs to be an ongoing process of their life as well. Can you imagine how difficult it might be to live in, let's say, Syria or Iraq and be a faithful Christian? But even there, you must be willing to confess your faith in Christ. You know, we might find it difficult to confess our faith in Christ and stand up for Christ, but we need to be careful. And we need to think to ourselves that our mouth needs to be willing to say, "I believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of the living God." Join us again tomorrow.